NKTelco Sports, presented to you by Grand Lake Health. We are here at Lehman Catholic High School to bring you high school soccer, where the Sidney Yellow Jackets take on Lehman Catholic Cavaliers. Tonight's game is brought to you by American Trim, First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Winners Meats, NKTelco, Frost Roofing, Hometown Opportunity, Mr. Bank, Play Gem, Precision Strip, Schwederman Pharmacy, and New Knoxville Supply. Well, I'd like to thank everyone for joining us here. We're here at Lehman Catholic High School for this crosstown shootout, sort of, between the Sidney Yellow Jackets and Lehman Catholic Cavaliers. I'm Brandon Coverman, giving you the play-by-play tonight in my color, Matt Everidge. And Matt, we have a real good matchup here between two good teams here to see who can kind of be the king of soccer when it comes to high school boys here in Sidney.
Yeah, we do. We're going to start out with the Northwest Central Conference of Lehman Catholic boys. Coming in off of a loss, unfortunately, to West Liberty Salem, have a 1-1-1 record, 1 win, 1 loss, 1 tie. Coach Cameron Jock bringing a well-prepared team in here, an older team. On the flip side, the new Miami Valley League, if people haven't heard about it, they will. 10 very strong teams from Division II, Division III, and a couple Division I schools. Lehman representing the Valley side of that. That conference is 2 different leagues. You have the North and the South, or the Miami and the Valley. They're in first place, coming in with a 3-2-1 record and high expectations for their 4th-year coach, Jamie Friedley.
Yeah, it should be a very good matchup here, and we will have it here for you next year on NKTelco Sports.
Plygem Residential Solutions is part of Cornerstone Building Brands, North America's largest manufacturer of exterior building products, and the success of our company is directly related to the contributions of our employees. We are currently looking for machine operators, maintenance technicians, forklift operators, and more to join our growing team at our facility in Sidney, Ohio. Plygem offers competitive pay, a full benefits package, as well as opportunities for bonus pay and long-term advancement. Become a part of our strong foundation.
American Trim's story started in 1951, and our long family legacy continues today. We are a 3rd-generation family-owned business with locations in Sidney and Walpock, and we're hiring for manufacturing positions on 1st, 2nd, and 3rd shifts. Part-time and full-time positions are available for entry-level and skilled individuals. Please apply at www.amtrim.com or in person. American Trim is a proud sponsor of high school sports and our communities. Come be part of our story.
At Joint Township District Memorial Hospital, your comfort and care is our #1 priority. Our surgical nerve blocks are a great way to reduce pain and can be used for arm, shoulder, hip, knee, ankle, and foot surgeries. The nerve blocks decrease the stress of surgery on your body, requires less anesthesia and pain medications, and in many cases can offer relief for several days. Visit grandlakehealth.org for details on all of our services.
Here at Lehman Catholic High School, almost ready for the beginning of this high school soccer match here on this Thursday night here. Beautiful night here, Matt, for soccer. Tell me some keys to the game here for both Sidney and Lehman.
All right, we'll start with Sidney, the visiting team, Yellow Jackets. Key is going to be speed up front. Sidney is a very fast team. They're a fast starting team. They normally get a lead and they hold on to it. And their defensive play has been really strong. And goalkeeper Riley Thorne, he's going to be the key to everything out here for Sidney. This is his first start of the year. Their normal starting goalkeeper is out tonight, at least until halftime. So that's the keys for Sidney. On the flip side, for the Lehman Catholic boys, key's going to be they need to contain the speed of Sidney. They need to possess the ball as long as they can, keep it away from the front four for Sidney, and then they need to take advantage of Trey Warrants not being here. Warrants has only given up 2 goals per game. That's his average, and he has over 16 saves on the year, so that's where they're going to be at.
And goalkeeper Will Voisard comes up with the ball after an early Sidney attack. Kick it out to midfield. The Yellow Jackets working it around number 13, Mikel Alvarez. Up ahead to 25. I do not. Oh, sorry. For number 25, Austin Kennedy. Kicks it wide.
recovering the ball, going to kick it back into play. If you notice, when Lehman's playing defense here, they're actually only leaving 2 back. They're going to put, or when they're on the offensive side, they're going to push as much down to defend, because Sidney is. They are very quick inside the box.
Get the free kick to the midfield. It'll be controlled by the Cavaliers. Cavaliers in blue, Sidney in their road whites.
Lehman finally getting across the midfield line.
That's going to be big. Who controls really that midfield to get that momentum up there to try to score that first goal and get that momentum?
Nice center on goal kick by number 12, Matt McDonald, just not able to get it in. McDonald with 6 goals this year already. Not bad for only 3 games. That's averaging 2 points per game for McDonald.
Definitely a threat that the Yellow Jackets are going to have to contain there. And right away, the Yellow Jackets throw away. Carson Taylor, the sophomore, cannot handle it, and they'll be thrown in right near midfield by Matt McDonald.
Always watch for the toe drag on the hand line there. Quick turnover, Sidney got the ball.
Yellow Jackets working it up ahead. They recontrolled back at midfield, a battle, scrum for the ball. That'll be a throw-in for the Cavaliers.
If you're just joining us, Cavaliers are wearing blue trimmed in yellow. The Yellow Jackets wearing their white trimmed in black. Long throw.
You know, you kind of think this is a battle for Sidney, you know, here, Matt. You know, Sidney Lehman Catholic and Sidney High School, so kind of the pride of the city is on the line here tonight.
Yeah, we just seen a big match up in Lima between Lima LCC and Lima Senior. You know, you look at these 2 schools, they're from 2 different divisions, and you really think, what do they have in common? But it's amazing how many times Lehman does hold their own with Sidney whenever they play in any mixed sports.
Yeah, good soccer team. They've always had a very good girls soccer team. I had a chance to see them a few weeks ago up in Coldwater. Won very convincingly over the Cavaliers up there. 11-2 will be one of the best teams in the Southwest District for sure on the girls' side. The men's side very talented too. So they work it up the field. Number 27, Elijah Jock. Up ahead as it deflects off Sidney, and it'll be a throw-in. Trying to get it in very fast. 2 40-minute halves. For anyone who has not watched high school soccer, a little different than a lot of the pros with 2 45-minute halves, no extra time. As Yellow Jackets will throw it back in, it'll be controlled by the Cavaliers.
Nice deep kick and lead in. No offsides called. And, oh, nice recovery on the touch line by number 5 for, that'd be Gottamoller. Nice defensive play.
Yellow Jackets trying to get the ball at midfield, and they deflect it, but not before Lehman regains possession. It'll be a throw-in again for Lehman. Not really any on-target shots here in the first 4 minutes. Lehman's been controlling the ball mostly. Worked up ahead by Sidney, and it'll be a throw-in for the Yellow Jackets on the Lehman side of the field. And early on here, no score here on our first National Bank Think First scoreboard here. Our NKTelco sports presentation brought to you by Grand Lake Health. And it's worked in the box. McDonald will have a shot. The Sidney goalkeeper gets in the way. Another wide late shot from number 13, Mikel Alvarez, goes wide, and it'll be a goal kick for Sidney.
Yeah, they've had kicks around the goals, but none on goal. Each team with 2 wide now. Sidney to kick it back in is going to be number 25, Austin Kennedy.
Up towards midfield. Lehman winning those 50-50 balls early, even though this one eventually gets trolled by the Yellow Jackets. Try to push it up field here. Sidney work number 7, Braden Kuttner.
Miller, Hardeland, and Jones, all three playing good defense on the backside for Lehman at this point.
The head worked up to McDonald in the box. And there's a foul called on
number 12.
Mac McDonald. He's throwing his arms down, kind of in disgust with the ref there, but it'll go the way of the Yellow Jackets. And film coach Joshua George could have had a pretty decent look on goal there if that foul was not called.
It's kind of odd to see a call like that on the offensive player that close to the box. Again, Lehman doing a good job of controlling the ball.
Yeah. You're definitely right there, Matt. They've, you know, time of possession. It's really just a key in like basketball or anything, but a little miscommunication there between a couple Cavalier players.
Sidney going fast, getting around Alvarez. Alvarez pushing in. That's going to be a shove.
That's a good call right there. I saw that as well. And Alvarez getting a little handsy here. Now Sidney's going to have a free kick opportunity. Kind of a little bit of a set piece here. Let's see what they can do with it.
Wind's working in their favor. It is definitely blowing west to east, and they're going towards the east goal.
Kicked by number 23, Jaden Humphrey. He worked in the box, number 13, Jalen Hudgens. He gets a shot and goal, deflected off by Will Voisard. Battle for the ball. We kicked out by Sidney. But not before number 25, Austin Kennedy, gets to it. And it will be a throw-in for number 22, Landon Davis.
Sidney going in deep with it. Nice throw to center. Nobody there to pick it up. Good defense again by Lehman.
And they get the quick clear.
And stepping in front of us, number 2, Potts.
Very aggressive, high-tempo game here early on. 8 minutes, no score. Brad Cobra along with Matt Everidge on this beautiful Thursday night here at Lehman Catholic High School.
Two things about fall weather, soccer and football.
I like my soccer, but I'll have to take the latter.
Oh, I totally agree, totally agree.
All right, soccer fans, I do enjoy it, but when football season comes around, I get really excited. Whether it's the Buckeyes or the Bengals, but I'll take my soccer for the time being. Did enjoy watching the Women's World Cup this summer. That was something really interesting, watching the United States women take home the crown there.
Alvarez again puts it out, so Sidney will throw in from the touchline. Sidney with a couple of nice sets of hands on the outside. Nice lead-in pick up by the goalkeeper.
Now, Will Voisard had a little rougher game last game, gave up 5 goals against West Liberty Salem. And now Sidney, that possession controlling has been a little better. And as Carson Taylor got the ball, he immediately tried to boot it as Voisard was retreating back to goal. It'll be a free kick here. And they'll rely on number 5, Christian Guttemiller, to boot it long for the Cavaliers. Got a nice crowd on tap here too for our Thursday night.
It's always a little strange when you're calling the soccer games because most of the pitches that we call on go east to west, where football fields you're used to the north and south of it.
Yeah.
It's just a little different watching the game. Sidney controlling deep.
And Matt Jews will kick it up ahead, and that will be Hudgens. Jalen Hudgens working it up ahead. He'll get it kicked right back to him. And cleared out by the Lehman defense.
Tackle attempt. Alvarez walked right through it. Lehman still has the ball.
Good clean tackle too, but to no avail. Lehman's still working it. Number 22, Michael McFarland, work it up ahead. Ball will be kicked out. It'll be a throw-in for Lehman. So Lehman getting it back on the plus side of the field here for the first time in a couple minutes.
10 minutes in, still no score, still no corner kicks. That's your best opportunity.
Those set pieces.
Oh, just a missed header.
And the ball bounced right over Matt McDonald's head. They're going to battle for it. Him, number 25, Austin Kennedy. Kennedy will clear it, but it'll go back to Lehman, back to Sidney.
Good block again by number 10.
A couple missed attempts to control the ball by both teams, and it'll fall back to Lehman.
Same.
Ethan Potts.
Volleyball, game of attrition, and just as I'm saying that, here comes some people getting ready to come in for Sidney, or Sidney Lehman, I should say. 10 minutes of constant running can definitely wear on you.
Yeah, you wonder how the pros can do it. They got to have some freak conditioning for 90 minutes.
I did like what they did in the Women's World Cup this year, where they had the mandatory hydration break every time somebody was injured. And I mean, that really made it nice for the women to, because they looked half dead after half the matches.
I tell you what, I'm only 20, and I don't think I could even go at that pace. So that's why I played golf in high school, I guess.
Well, I'm a lot older than that, and I wouldn't even want to attempt it. I dreaded walking the 90 yards across the field, to be honest with you.
And here's the Yellow Jackets working it up ahead.
Oh, a nice push.
And Joshua George trying to go after it and make an opportunity for Lehman. It's cleared up ahead. And it'll be booted off by number 9, Max Schmiesen, going the way of the Yellow Jackets on the road to white. And Lehman in home blue.
Another nice center. You'd think Sidney would work it in towards the back line. That way they can try to get it off a player and somebody get a corner kick here. But that's going to be the key, is whoever can get the most corners normally win a soccer match.
Yeah, it's true. It usually means you're being aggressive, working it in the box.
There we go. Just as we're speaking of that. Oh, and that's a hard hit. That might pull a yellow card.
Yeah.
That was a hard tackle by number 10, Tommy Harlan.
It's going to get...
They're going to get a free kick from there.
Long free kick, basically out of corner kick distance, so kind of about equivalent to it, but not quite. Just actually a little closer.
I mean, it gives them a better angle, to be honest, because the flag's not in the way. Nice job, center and header way high.
Ooh. Number 23, Jaden Humphrey, the junior there, had a real good look at it, just got it a little high. Still 13 minutes into this action. No score here on our First National Bank Think First scoreboard here. Brandon Koberman along with Matt Everidge, pleased to bring you this action here. Lehman trying to go on the plus side of 500. They are at once across the board at 1-1-1. Sidney sitting at 3-2-1. That new Miami Valley League, really interested to see how that shapes out. Kind of nice to bring that Miami Valley League back.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've, the G-Walk was just so big and just so powerful. I mean, you literally had to run the gauntlet in that one to make the playoffs, no matter what sport you was playing.
Yeah.
And by breaking down 10-10, and from what I'm hearing, it sounds like the G-Walk might not be the league even next year. The other 10 teams are looking for other places to go, but
Lebanon going south, I believe, and then I believe it's Trotwood getting booted out.
Well, there's not too many schools around here that want to play them, especially in football. Trotwood is a monster when it comes to football.
Maybe try to schedule a home-and-home with a Marion local or Coldwater. I'd like to see that. It'd be kind of interesting. You know, Marion actually tomorrow night's going to play Bishop Watterson over in Columbus. I believe they have Bobby Hoying's son. Oh, the ball's coming near us. The ball flew just over us here in the stands.
So new ball going to be thrown in by Lehman. Deep throw behind the defense.
Up ahead.
Chance to center. And just missed by number 18. So Schmiesen just barely missing, just coming in the game. Fresh legs and was unable to pick that up right in the center of the box.
Hudgens trying to work it up ahead, taken back by the Lehman defense. 25 minutes remaining here in the first half, no score here. This Grand Lake Health Systems presentation of NKTelco Sports here at Lehman Catholic High School. The ball will stay with the Cavaliers.
And the best thing that I've looked at the Miami Valley League so far is you got Sidney and Piqua. I mean, in any sport you have your rivals, and that would be a natural rival, two connecting towns. And they do have a lot of history. It's unfortunate that Sidney will no longer play St. Mary's, and that's a goal by Lehman.
That is number 27, Elijah Jock, just getting it through the defense there right as we're talking. And the goalkeeper saw the ball at his feet, but by the time he had to react, it was past him. And finally, back here, they're going to stop the clock at 24:28. So just 15 and a half minutes here in the first half. Lehman strikes first there on a goal by Elijah Jock, the forward.
And that was one of the keys to the game. Lehman needed to score early without having Sidney's normal goalkeeper here. He's a dual sport athlete, is Trey Warrants, I should say. He's out playing a golf match now and expected to be here right around 5:30.
And also, he contributed on that basketball team last year that had a successful run and a historic season led by current Texas A&M student Andre Gordon.
You see, I only have one rule. I am a standing Texas Longhorn fan, so we don't speak of him now because he went to the Devils team. But no, we wish him the best and everything. I mean, there's a couple of Sidney natives here that's playing serious Division I ball. We have Bowser over at Northwestern.
Yeah.
Just looking like the king of the hill over there. And now we have Gordon going down to Texas A&M via Virginia Tech, following this coach down to A&M.
Yeah, and really Sidney doing a really good with the athletes they've been producing over the past couple of years. And hopefully it continues to come for them in the new Miami Valley League. As it's worked up ahead, controlled by number 22, Michael McFarland, ahead to McDonald. And number 10, Tommy Hamlin, not pleased with that kick as it goes out of bounds, go the way of the Yellow Jackets.
Well, here in West Central Ohio, we are blessed with so many great conferences. I mean, nobody's better than the MAC, and then you have the WBL and now the Miami Valley League. It's just nice to see the bigger schools have their own little home now.
Yeah. You know, there's a lot of good talent in this area, and it's nice to see the soccer. It's really picked up in this area. You're starting to see a lot of talent here. A lot on the girls' side, and here's some on the guys' side too. You're seeing some really good teams, and hopefully some Division I athletes popping out of it.
Yeah, St. Mary's and OG's produced both teams have produced in boys soccer and on girls soccer for St. Mary's, and then flip side in the MAC, you always got your big ones. So, but it's definitely an enjoyable game to watch.
And worked up ahead, as there'll be a foul called. And it'll go the way of Sidney. We'd like to thank our sponsors for tonight's game. Without them, we would not be able to bring you this presentation here. American Trim, Frost Roofing, Hometown Opportunity, Minster Bank, Plygem, Precision Strip, Schwederman Pharmacy, and New Knoxville Supply. The keys to the game brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. Replay Winners Meets, player of the game NKTelco, and our scoreboard brought to you by First National Bank on this Grand Lake Health Systems production of high school soccer here on NKTelco Sports.
I believe Lehman just got away with a handball. That was a nice little header, just nobody in the box.
Matt, what has Sidney got to do to really work it upfield and get a good shot on goal? I haven't seen very many good shots on goals tonight.
Oh, I just don't know if it's the wind. I mean, right now, going the way they're going, the wind's against you, in all honesty. In boys soccer, everything is just so touch. And when the wind gets behind the ball, it just travels that much faster. So you're better off in soccer to go into the wind than you are to go against it. So I think at halftime, when they do switch sides and they start going the opposite direction, you might see Sidney pick it up. But they do have the speed advantage.
It looks like Sidney's going to have a substitution at goalkeeper. It's a pink jersey on number 23, I can read with him from here. It would be Jaden Humphrey, the junior, coming in. It's still, like Matt mentioned earlier, Trey Warrants at a golf match right now. So, dual sport athlete as Lehman leads 1-0 here on a goal by Elijah Jock in the 16th minute to take a lead here.
So ready to send it in is Humphrey. Just a nice toe touch in.
And Yellow Jackets trying to work up ahead. First opportunity in a while. It's Jews.
Doing a good job of centering. They're just not getting to the ball.
Yeah, Lehman's speed's definitely been beating them there, trying to control the touches in the box.
Or Sidney bringing it back, just getting everything reset up. Nice touches ahead. Another center, and that's going to, just missed off the chest.
Juice tried to get ahead on it. Yeah, last hope was trying to stick its chest out. It's a perfect opportunity. Beautiful ball delivered. Beautiful cross.
Yeah, 10 and 33, Jews and Jackson. They're the two captains for Sidney tonight. For the Lehman Catholic, their captains, I don't know what we did with the page. Here it is. That'll be Schmiesing, Potts, Goldemoller, and Jock are the four captains on the field. So Sidney with a huge missed opportunity there on the center kick.
There's been an equalizer chance, but just not quite there. And Lehman with the 1-0 lead on the goal by Elisa Jock in the 16th minute at around 15.5 minutes into the ball game.
You know, I dare to say if I was a soccer player and I had a free kick, I would be watching that clock because there is no time limit and you can't get it for stalling. I mean, there is no penalty. So if I had the lead, I would slowly watch that clock go down at least 30 seconds. Give my guys a chance to get a breath.
Now, it looked like there's a foul there against number 13, Jalen Hutchins, and it'll be a free kick at midfield. So throw up a free ball here, kind of, and see if Lehman can create anything.
Good air underneath the ball, missed the header. Sidney to clear.
Be controlled by number 9, Max Schmiesing. Kick it into the box. Try to kick it over to Joshua George. George will widen in the field, try to kick it into the box. It'll be scooped up by Humphrey there. And a late hope there by Elijah Jock to try to get a second goal, but to no avail. And it'll be booted deep there for Sidney to work it upfield.
That's what I'm talking about, kicking it with the wind. It just travels.
Yeah, and Humphrey got a nice kick under that too. Like cleared it up to the.
That was a good 50-yard kick.
Oh yeah. Coach Dunn just might have to contact him for a football tryout, even though they got a pretty good kicker in Hallie Truesdale over there. One wide goal from Schmiesing will fall right into the hands of Humphrey. Clear it back into play.
Just a nice step in front of by number 10, Harnland. He's had a good game so far on the defensive side. Header again missed.
Worked in the box. No attempt to clear is not gotten, and number 4, John Van Skyver, kick it wide, and it'll be a goal kick as number 22, Michael McFarland, will check in for Coach Cameron Jock's Lehman team.
Lehman doing a good job of getting players in, fresh legs everywhere.
Collision at midfield. Nothing called. He worked up by number 10, Jews. He'll work it up ahead in the box. Try to make something out of this. But there were 3 Lehman defenders on Matt Jews, and he had nowhere to go.
And the back defense of Sidney Lehman, which is one of the keys of containing that speed on the outside for Sidney, they've done it well.
Yeah. Very well, and they, you have a lot of speed like you do if you're Sidney. You keep them in front of you, and that's what Lehman did. Give them a step, and they've done it well.
There's those fresh legs already coming in. Number 22, McFarland, getting right in front of the ball.
Kicked up ahead will be a free kick, and Will Voisard will let Number 5, Christian Guttemiller booted away here on the free kick. Actually, it'll just be a light tap over Max Schmeezing.
Down into the 15th, 15 minutes left in the half. Sidney still unable to score.
Just in soccer, you gotta salvage the opportunities you get because you never know when you're gonna get one again. Just like baseball, kind of, and gotta capitalize soon enough. Carson Taylor up ahead to Jews. Shot not even close, will go off the baseball cage over there.
We've had a steady 10 to 12 mile an hour gust here. I mean, it's just blowing in from the highway.
Yeah.
Look at the flags, they're just standing out at full mast.
Ball goes up the midfield. And will be worked around by number 12, Matt McDonald. And battle at midfield. Lehman will come away with it on the throw-in. Excuse me, that's Sidney. Lehman tried to get the throw-in to go fast. Worked in the side, it'll go back the way of Sidney. So 28, Jackson Rickey lost the ball.
Beauty of this game right here is we can say Sidney for everything and we're not wrong.
We are not wrong, that's very right. Hear that, just I think different on these guys, just different leagues and different divisions. Sidney up in 1 and Lehman up in 3. So only 3 divisions in boys soccer, as well as girls.
Just nice aggressive play by Lehman. I'm really liking watching them here. They are not intimidated by their crosstown foes.
No, not at all.
And these kids are just like any other kids in any other town that share schools or that have different schools in town. They all know each other.
Yeah.
They've grown up together playing ball since they was 4 years old. I mean, you normally don't get to this level of being a starter on a high school team if you haven't played from a young age up.
Ball worked in the box directly, saved by Voizard.
That was a nice stiff direct kick there by number 6, or I'm sorry, by number 9. It'd be Tyler Carson.
And the ball will be battled for at midfield. Number 24, Joshua George works it up ahead to McFarland. McFarland working up ahead to Mikel Alvarez. Alvarez will pull it out wide to make something happen here and stretch the field here for Lehman and spread it out a bit. Alvarez back over to number 10, Tommy Hamlin. Try to work it up ahead from Ethan Potts. And it'll be cleared away by the Sidney Yellow Jackets for a Lehman Catholic throw-in.
That was one of the first give and goes that we've seen today where an actual set play was set and they went with it. Just couldn't control it down the touchline. That's just amazing. That's a 20-yard throw to center.
Yeah.
Strong arms on these kids.
And 1-0, the difference. Cameron Jock goal in the 16th minute here on our First National Bank Think First scoreboard here.
It's going to be a free kick for Lehman. Alvarez just got rode to the ground.
And
they're setting up quick and going.
Matt McDonald tried to go faster, try to look for, I believe, Joshua George. But Jaden Humphrey will fall on the ball and kick it up ahead. Bill Alvarez try to work it up ahead, but will kick it out and go the way of Sidney.
He does a really nice job of controlling the ball, keeping the player back. Good all-around player, number 13, Alvarez.
And Hudgens will throw it in. And it'll be kicked out by McDonald. Still stay with Sidney.
Alvarez getting tripped, not called.
He'll stay with Sidney. Nice and clean there.
Yeah, you can just sit there and look at Gunther and Alvarez. They just look at each other and smile. He knew he got away with one there. And touch white.
And McDonald will throw it in up ahead to Joshua George, not before it's tipped back by the Sidney defense, and George regains possession up to McFarland.
Ball again, just kicked out by Sidney. Down to 10 minutes left in the first half. Score still 1-0. The Cavaliers leading Sidney Yellow Jackets if you're just joining us.
Ball worked into the center of the field, cleared out by Sidney. Ball worked up ahead. Number 7, Braden Kuttner.
That was a nice stop. If number 10, if Harlan did not get in front of that ball with the leg, that was going to be a clear shot for 25, which would be Kennedy to go straight at goal. Nice step in.
Wind is making it a little chilly here. You can definitely tell the calendar has flipped to September. Long shot by Alvarez. Had to be pushed out by Humphreys, but it'll be a corner for Lehman, and their first corner of the night, I believe. That was a good high shot. Humphreys had to kick it out because he didn't have any other opportunity. Might have fell in or might have hit off the crossbar, but better safe than sorry.
Now you hear the term all the time in soccer, bending the ball. This, with the winds blowing like they are, this is a good opportunity to kick it out towards the back of the goal and watch it bring it in.
Here's a quarter worked in. Will be kicked up in the air.
Nice job by Sidney avoiding the second corner there.
They worked up ahead.
Picked up.
Schmeezing, trying to work it in the box to George. Almost gets it past, but not quite. Cleared out by Sidney, regained by the Cavaliers, working in the box. And cleared out. Schmeezing with a long distance shot. Just wide. It'll be a goal kick for Jaden Humphrey of the Sidney Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, Landon Davis having a nice defense back there. He's not the goalkeeper, but he sacrificed his body to stop it. Got another whistle. I'll tell him to re-kick it. Guess the ref wasn't set.
Yeah, and some of these guys want to go fast. You gotta make sure the officials are set too to watch everything.
Kennedy again with the try to do a nice touch. Oh, pass missed to Humphrey, that or McFarland. That would have been a nice opening down the left wing. Seems like when they get in a group of 4 or more, Lehman Catholic's the one coming out with the ball.
Yeah, Lehman has really won the hustle balls, the 50-50 balls here, I'd say, so far in the first half. And that can be a difference that's actually a big difference in the chance of opportunities that you're going to get here in this match.
Ball again controlled and stopped before it even hits the box. Nice step through by Sidney. And again, the back 4 defense just doing their job.
And there's a foul call on number 3, Michael Coaster. Good call there as Joshua George not running toward him. And Coaster made contact with him. It will be a free kick at midfield for McDonald.
Connor Simpson hit from behind. Another battle down the side, and that's going to be a turnover. Centered across, nobody home. McFarland with the ball.
And McDonald will work it back into Tommy Hamlin. Work it to the center of the pitch. And they're just going to spread out the Lehman defense, try to take advantage and gaps in the defense.
I mean, advantage to Lehman at this point. They do have the 1-0 lead, so there is no sense of urgency at all.
Ball will be kicked back, battle for the ball.
Kennedy, nice hustle by Kennedy all the way back.
And that's good, a sense of urgency for Coach Jamie Fridley's team. You gotta have make opportunities when you haven't had too many of them. 1-0 here on this Thursday night at Lehman High School and this Grand Lake Health Systems presentation of NKTelco Sports. I'm Brian Coverman along with Matt Everidge. Joshua George trying to work it up ahead. It'll be cleared back by the goalkeeper Jaden Humphrey. Sidney will work it in the center of the pitch.
Oh, nice pickup by Sidney.
Jalen Hudgens works into the box. Hudgens gets it past, and that's a goal. Jalen Hudgens with the equalizer with 5 minutes remaining in the first half. And we are all knotted up at 1 apiece here on our First National Bank Think First scoreboard. And Jalen Hudgens took advantage of a Sidney defender falling. I believe that was Max Schmeezing that fell and would have had that ball cleared, but he fell. Hudgens took advantage of it all the way to the goal. And we are knotted up at 1 apiece here, 5 minutes before half.
Just that quick. I think it was just 18 seconds ago we said there was 5 minutes left in the half, and boom, goal scored. May have an injury on the field, which would not be good for Harlan to go down. He's been playing great defense all day.
Yeah, he has for sure.
I mean, there's not too many times the defenders, other than the goalie, gets their name mentioned, but the defense on both sides has just been strong.
It has been.
And that's going to be a push by number 12, McDonald. Is it just me, or is this table really scaring you?
Yeah, we don't have the opportunity of sitting up in a press box tonight, so we're kind of squeezing in a little bit of a table. It's a little rough, but
got a great view.
Yeah, great view. Sidney now back in the box. Maybe let's open up their confidence a little bit, and they'll create more opportunities with a goal now.
Is Sidney known to be a second half team? Most of their points are scored in the second half, which does dote well towards how physical they are and just in shape. I mean, the only thing that sounds worse than running for 40 minutes is running for 80 to me, but these boys seem to do it.
And Sidney will work it up ahead. It's Devin Jones. Up ahead to Hudgens, who has the lone Sidney goal here. He's nice. Up to Kennedy in the box. And Will Voizard will fall on it like his life depended on it.
And Voizard just, a sophomore, I believe?
Will Voizard, goalkeeper, he's a junior.
Junior.
That ball kicked wide. That's a little scary there for a moment. And almost went in the goal again. He had to make the save there. Now Sidney getting a lot more of the possession control. Lehman has won the possession battle pretty clearly here in the first half by controlling the ball around 65% of the time. But in the past few minutes, Sidney has controlled it a majority of the time, something they haven't really done all the whole game.
Saying Lehman with 2 kicks on goal, Sidney with 3 kicks on goal, each with 1 point. Gonna push it ahead to Kennedy. Not enough speed to get to the edge.
And it'll go the way of the Lehman Catholic Cavaliers.
It's definitely a big game for both teams.
And it'll be a throw in for Sidney after battle for the ball went out on Matt McDonald. 22, Landon Davis, the throw in here. Davis just a sophomore.
We got just enough time and a half, minute 44. It's going to be kicked back out by number 12 for Lehman. So McDonald knocking it back out, but down to a minute 26. You got probably one at the most good opportunity to score for either team. Saying a bad throw in, lifted up his foot. So turnover on that. Touch line, both feet or at least a foot and a toe have to be touching the ground when the ball is released. It just looked like a car wreck.
There's the center of the field right in front of us. It'll be a throw in for Lehman. McDonald throw it in at center. Actually, it'll be Tommy Hamlin. Hamlin pointing out instructions to his fellow teammates.
Nice throw.
As the ball will fly up here, and Hamlin will get it back to throw it in. It's time closing out the first half as we're even here on our First National Bank Think First scoreboard here on this Grand Lake Health System presentation of high school soccer. And number 2, Ethan Potts, will kick it right up ahead to Jaden Humphreys as we are about ready to close out the first half here at Lehman Catholic High School. The battle for Sidney, as I'll call it.
9, 8, 7.
Jalen Hutchinson.
And that's going to be a trip in goal. That's going to be a free kick from inside the goal or inside the box.
Kicks. And late contact there. See what the referee does here.
I'm not quite sure because in high school soccer they don't extend. And 3 seconds is really not enough to do a set play for soccer. I mean, normally on a situation like this, it's the rebound is where you score.
I think they're going to go to half here, and that's what they're going to do. So that's going to close out our first half. And we're all knotted up at 1 apiece here. We'll be back after this break. You're watching boys high school soccer here on NKTelco Sports.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Trust us. NKTelco, a small-town company with a big focus on customer service. We build business the old-fashioned way.
Trust us to be your internet provider.
Trust us to help you find the right cable package for your viewing needs.
Trust us to answer your questions any time of the day.
Trust NKTelco to be on call. Deliver and make sure your service is tailored to meet your needs.
We serve commercial and residential customers to meet their communication needs. Trust us at NKTelco.
Trust us!
At CAPT, we use hometown opportunity to make sure that when we have a position open within the facility, it gets put on the website.
We've really been excited to see how that has grown so much over the last several years.
If anyone is looking for a job, it's the best place to go.
We really want to do whatever we can to get folks that are from this community back to this area.
I would recommend any manufacturing company that they take a look at it. It's a very good benefit for companies at no cost.
In the Grand Lake Health System, great health care is about creating a personalized experience. We're here for you at every stage of your life, to care for passion and courtesy, to support you with an honest approach that values communication and actively seeks your collaboration, to treat you in a safe, welcoming environment where quality and service always come first, to create truly grand experiences. For more, visit grandlakehealth.org/grandexperience.
Back here on NKTelco Sports production brought to you by Grand Lake Health Systems. We are knotted up here at 1 apiece here between Lehman and Sidney, and with some halftime stats here that we got brought to you here in the first half. Matt Everidge.
All right, for the Cavaliers, we'll start off the score is 1-1. The Yellow Jackets with 8 shots, the Cavaliers 5. The shots on goal is tied up 3 apiece. Corners, Lehman's leading at 3-1, and fouls 2 apiece. And then just to clear everything up at the end of the first half there, There was no foul called in the box. So therefore, if it was called and it was in the box, they would stop time, and then he would get the free kick. At that point in time, though, boys soccer is unique in the fact that the ball has to cross the line of the goal to count. So if the ball is in air, the whistle's blown and it's a dead kick. So that would have given him 3 seconds to travel the ball to the goal. So just to clear that up. And that makes that unique to this sport. It's not like basketball. You can't watch a ball travel 30 feet in the air once it's off the hand or the foot for this matter.
And the goals here, Cameron Jock scored in the 16th minute, and Jalen Hudgens right there in about the 35th minute.
Yes, minute 36.
So right there, that time marker. And Lehman, as they switch sides, like you were talking about in the first half, Matt, this will change, switching sides of the pitch with wind direction and going east to west here.
And it's funny, if you look at Old Glory, she's just laying flat down now. It's like somebody called up the gods for Lehman and said it's time to let the wind down.
And Hudgens, lone goal scorer for Sidney, will try to work it up ahead there. Be taken away by Jude Smeezing. New face in this ballgame for Coach Jock's squad.
Nice touch by Sidney to get it back out. And again, there, Lehman stepping right in. One-on-one battles won. Like we said, 50-50 balls is something that we don't normally keep stats on, but if we was, Lehman would be way ahead at this point.
Yeah, and it's just like that in basketball too. You got to win the 50-50 balls, those things.
Handball.
There's a handball called by the official. Go the way of Lehman. Be a free kick out for Christian Guttemiller.
Wind just started to pick back up.
And like I said, this wind's making it feel like it's a little like it's fall now, like it's September. Now we're past Labor Day, which kind of marks the end of summer. So, and McDonald trying to work in the box, taken away by the Sidney defender, number 28, Jackson Ricky.
Saying soccer is one of the few games where the more people you have touching the ball, especially the closer you get to the net, if you can just tap it off, it's amazing what 2 to 3 yards of just sending the ball away can open up for you, because everybody's just momentum. Again, Sidney giving up the ball back over to Lehman. Another 50-50 ball with Lehman winning. For Coach Jock right now, you got to be really happy with what you're seeing out of your guys. Looking to move to 2-1-1.
They're trying to work that positive side of 500 here. Come off a 5-1 loss to West Liberty Salem. Not to, I'm sure, of their liking, as Hudgens pushes it up ahead.
Everything was going good, but he forgot the ball.
Worked here at midfield. Sidney getting more possession there. And a foul called against Jackson Ricky. It'll be a free kick in the middle of the field for Matthew McDonald of Lehman.
It's a second foul on Sidney here, only 4 minutes in, one with the handball and then the foul here.
And off the set piece, up ahead. Nice save by the goalkeeper, Jaden Humphrey. That was number 27, Eliza Jock. Had a nice look, but great save by Humphrey to deny Lehman the go-ahead goal. Ball's worked up ahead. McDonald, wide kick, and it'll be a goal. And it was a nice save there, as you see on our Winter Meets Quality replay.
Just wide open. If you could have just got a little bit more of the ball and sent it to the corner. But score still remains 1-1. 35 minutes left in the half.
Nice play for Lehman, but just even a better play made on the part of Jaden Humphrey. We're still all knotted up here at 1.
Sidney now driving.
It's up ahead, number 7, Braden Kuttner. Wide on the cross. And that'll go out of play. Goal kick for Lehman Catholic.
Well, for each team, there's going to be a little bit of a touch and feel here in the beginning because it's totally opposite of what they was playing before. One team now kicking into the wind, the other one using the wind against them. So it'll take a little bit for this to settle down.
And worked up ahead here, battle for the ball. Ahead, Matt Jews try to kick it up Hudgens, let it go past him, and we'll watch it roll out of bounds. Flip to Lehman's possession.
Hudgens pointing, saying, I'm over here. It's a little bit too much of a lead. Sidney headed out, taking control.
They're trying to find Hudgens again, just a little long. Trying to get it to their striker. Just wide again on the attempt. Lehman forcing him to the sideline, cutting him off. And Sidney doing a lot better job controlling possession this half, making the possession closer to 50-50 than it was in the first half. That's worked in the box. Ball saved right there by number 10, Tommy Hamlin. A nice play. That ball would have got past Will Voizard. So two great defensive plays, one from each team here to save a goal. Ball's kicked out wide. Voizard with the save.
Two straight kick on goals for Sidney, and it's controlled by the goalkeeper, Will Voizard.
Number 24, Connor Simpson, had a nice look at the ball. Just didn't quite get it there. Oh, worked up ahead. That'll be Michael Coaster. Go right up ahead to number 18, Abe Schmeezing.
Going to be centered and over. Sidney again taking control, doing a really good job on the 50-50s is Sidney. Nice job of clearing.
A big improvement from the first half here. And we're all knotted up here at 1-1 on our First National Bank Think First scoreboard here. 32.5 minutes remain in the second half. I'm Brandon Coverman along with Matt Everidge for this Green Lake Health Systems presentation of NKTelco Sports between Sidney and Lehman Catholic here on this Thursday night at Lehman Catholic High School here on the pitch. Battle of Sidney. Hudgens works it in the center for a long shot, and that might go in down the interstate.
If he could have got that down just a little more, it had a chance. About 3 feet over goal.
And it's no secret who Sidney's weapon is on offense. They're going back to Hudgens. Hudgens, the guy with the lone goal for Sidney. Oh, constantly going back to him.
Well, pulling up the Miami Valley League stats, Hudgens is the number 2 player in the league for the Miami Valley League. He's got 6 games played, 6 goals, and 5 assists for a total of 17 points. So Hudgens is the heart and soul of the team. Nice job of keeping that in play.
Worked in the center, a sea of Lehman defenders battling for the ball. Hudgens gets it. Passed up in the box, Carson Taylor, no. And it'll be pounced on by Voizard. Sidney being a lot more aggressive, and you could tell it towards the end of the first half and into the second half. They're getting more aggressive in the box. Better touches, better looks, better crosses here, Matt.
Yeah, a lot better. And like we said, Sidney is a second half team. And in the game of attrition here, the conditioning is everything. And they just are definitely out hustling Lehman at this point.
And Abe Schmeezing.
We seen in this first half, though, it only takes 18 seconds to score.
It does.
The ball going to be touched out by Lehman. Throw in for Sidney.
Ball will be worked up ahead. Coaster's trying to look for a Sidney player to pass to. And he'll do a little move and let that go up to Josh Webster. Worked up in the open field. Yet again, they try to go down Hudgens on that left side. But it'll go out and be a throw-in for Lehman.
Yeah, Godemuller with a nice hustle there. Got away with a little bit of a push in the back. They'll throw it in.
It's a tough assignment there to hold Hudgens in there.
Lehman taking their time to get the ball in, down to 29 minutes and a knotted 1-1 tie here between this Shelby County matchup of Sidney versus Sidney.
Battle at midfield, controlled by the Jackets. Oh, tough battle. Looked like number 9, Max Schmiesen, got hit in the mouth there, and there's off the post, and there's a goal.
That'd be by Schmiesen.
And number 9, Carson Taylor with the goal.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The friendly bounce off the post. Nice shot there. Hopefully we can get a replay on that soon.
51st minute breaks the 1-1 knotted tie. Look up the stats for Taylor here this year. That is his 4th goal of the season in 6 games, 2 assists. So go with that for 8 points. He's standing tied for 16th statistically for boys soccer. And here's that replay we just shown on the monitor. Back to live play.
52nd minute goal for Carson Taylor. Puts the Jackets ahead 2-1 here on our First National Bank Think First scoreboard. The first lead of the night for Sidney, who was first ahead on a Cameron Jock goal in the 16th minute. Hudgens responded in the 35th minute, and now just a goal by Taylor. Go ahead 2-1. Sidney looking to move to 4-2-1 if they can maintain now a victory.
Sidney only had 3 kicks on goal in the first half. They already got 4 here this quick in the second half, so Sidney has definitely upped the pressure.
Yeah, and they've been more aggressive. You look at the shot total, they're doubling Lehman. So definitely been more aggressive. And like you said, Sidney's the second half team, and they've definitely proven that. As the game has gone on, they have gotten better, which has resulted in them with this 2-1 lead.
Lehman again battling the ball, sent to center.
Joshua George trying to kick it out wide, and it'll go out and be a goal kick for Jaden Humphrey with 28 minutes on the dot remaining here at Lehman Catholic High School.
Already with 1 nice save. See if he can't get it kicked deep. He'd be kicking into the wind.
Tommy Hamlin working in the midfield of the pitch, will be turned over. Kuttner taking the middle of the field, trying to find numbers, turned right back over, and then back to the Jackets again.
Stepped around 3 players going down through the middle of the field.
And it'll be a free kick here for for Sidney off the Lehman foul.
Lehman's first foul called on him here in the second half.
Ball kicked into the middle, headed by Kuttner, but nowhere near the mark. It'll be a goal kick for Will Voizard. As there'll be a substitution, number 2, Wesley Brubaker will come in for Coach Fridley's squad. He's a senior. And that's the thing, you don't get all the substitutions. It's kind of free substitution in high school.
Nice hustle by the Lehman player to get the ball back out. Quickly, Sidney takes over again.
Control of possession has really flipped this half. Sidney controlling the majority. Lehman really controlled it about 2-1 last half.
It's definitely the tale of 2 halves at this point. Lehman controlled the first half, and the second half, Sidney has just stepped up.
And pretty much ever since that Elijah Jock goal, Sidney's turned the tables and outplayed Lehman. Well, I mean, Lehman controlled that first 20 or so minutes, but after that, it's been the Yellow Jackets.
Another center. And that's going to be another kick on goal, almost lost by goalkeeper. Nice pickup.
And number 24, Connor Simpson, the freshman, had a good look on it. Didn't quite get it. And Woozer had that ball roll up, and he had to pounce on it fast.
Sidney was looking for the throw in on the touch line. That's going to be a trip. Got away with it.
Yeah, Abe Schmiesing definitely got away with that.
And then they just called the foul on him. It was a little late, but I guess better late than never.
Yep. Give Sidney a free kick out near the center. It'll be booted away. Go up ahead to number 2, Brubaker, and he'll lose it immediately.
Couldn't control the ball.
Be thrown
so
in.
Lehman over on the touch line, ready to throw in.
Be thrown in by Ethan Potts.
Whistle blown, Potts ready to throw. Strong throw by Potts.
And it'll be controlled by the Jacket offense. And number 33, Elijah Jackson, tripped up at midfield, called there by the sideline official. Be a free kick near midfield.
McDonald, that's his 3rd foul they've called on him in this game. Nothing really hard except for the first hit down in the corner.
And they'll find Hudgens in the box. He can work himself around. And the ball will be controlled by Schmiesing. They'll work it up ahead. And McDonald will clear it into the stands.
Almost got the production vehicle with that one.
I hope our production crew is just okay in there. And a desperate shot by Wesley Brubaker will go wide to the mark.
We called an Anna game about 3 years ago, and a football hit it in the side. And I think it's the only time I've ever heard the production van on a live broadcast. A lot of excitement happened in there. Nobody knew what happened.
And as the ball goes out of play, I'd like to thank our sponsors: American Trim, Frost Roofing, Hometown Opportunity, Mr. Bank, Ply Gem, Precision Strip, Schwederman Pharmacy, and New Knoxville Supply. Keys to the game brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. Replays are brought to you by Winners Meats. Player of the game, NKTelco, and Scoreboard is brought to you by First National Bank. Think first on our Grand Lake Health System presentation of high school boys soccer here on NKTelco Sports.
Lehman pushing the ball down hard. This is where you can potentially get a corner, and Sidney just steps in front and takes it.
Have not seen much aggressiveness from Lehman here ever since that Cameron shot goal there early in the 16th minute. Ball goes out of bounds. This is their opportunity. If they, you at least want to, down 2-1 with about half of the second half to play, and or at least try to salvage a tie.
Yeah, for Lehman, this could be a nice boost to the season. I mean, 1-1-1, that's nothing to bat an eye at. That means you're playing consistent ball. Oh, kick right over top of goal. But this could be a defining game that you could push momentum for you in the season. And for Sidney on the other side, it's a game you have to win. When you're a Division I playing a Division III, you have no choice but to win these games.
And it was a good opportunity for Jock there. He probably would have liked to have time to set himself, but he didn't have that chance, so he had to boot it, and it just booted it high.
Again, just trying to take it down the line, and Sidney is just harassing them.
And Sidney's just aging like a fine wine, getting better with time. And
another step in front of. Aggressive on offense, and their backside defense is playing superb. I mean, there's not much more you can say about them. And on the flip side, I mean, Lehman, they're holding their own. I mean, But the hustle's just too great on the other side. Now this could be an opportunity. Oh! Just patience, patience, patience.
And Joshua George with a desperate shot there, the forward, the sophomore.
The numbers were in their favor. It was 2-2 or 2-on-2 there, and he just rushed it a little bit.
And ball works up in the middle of the field. And Matt Jews battling with Matt McFarland. And it will go the way of Lehman.
Foul called on Sidney for the tackle.
Next game for Lehman after tonight will be in 2 nights against Newton here at noon. So noon on Saturday. Lehman will take on New Knoxville here at home.
On the flip side for Sidney, they'll be going to St. Mary's. Or actually St. Mary's will be coming to them at the Sidney soccer field, and that is traditionally a tough game.
No, they just ended their football rivalry this year with that new MVL. They're going to go to that 9-game conference format. It's kind of sad to see that rivalry go away. I always like the 8-game conference slate that traditionally a lot of teams around Ohio have, but the NVL, trying to play every team in the NVL, will go to the 9-game slate, and Sidney will have Bellefontaine, the Chieftains, on their schedule remaining going forward after this year.
Speaking of Bellefontaine, they traditionally play Walpock, and the WBL is a 9-team slate. They play everybody in the league, but they always have the one open, and so 2 tough football teams with St. Mary's and Walpock both looking for an opponent, and so far it's been a rough look.
Yeah, it's a lot to ask for the ADs.
Well, unfortunately around here, our leagues are pretty much broken down by your size.
Yeah.
You have the MAC for the small school, WBL is the medium-sized school, and then this new MVL league is the bigger schools. So everybody's pretty much covered. And as a Division III or a Division IV team, you really don't want to play a 5 or a 6. I mean, you really have little to gain unless you're playing a MAC school that you're willing to split. Kenton does that quite often with
Coldwater,
playing Coldwater, but here lately Coldwater has had their number and it's hurt them getting in the playoffs.
And I read an article just last week on a Salina fan saying quit playing Versailles because it's really holding them back.
Exactly.
But you know, the cross county conference, I know you're a little up there towards WBL, you get a little more south there, that breaking off, you know, Fort Laramie getting the short end of the stick there now, possibly going independent after the CCC disbands after, I believe, next school year. So still have another season and a half to play at the cross-county conference, but Laramie looking for a 10-game independent schedule, and that's hard to look for. You might have to travel a few out of state to Indiana, Kentucky, Michigan.
I mean, you look at the Shelby County League, they play a lot of the MAC schools, and that helps them if they get the win because they're playing the same conference size.
Yep.
But the MAC is the same in college as it is in high school. There is no positive in playing them. There's a whole lot of negative. You lose to them and you're in trouble. And they're capable of beating you.
As we have 18 minutes remaining here, the First National Bank scoreboard reading Sidney 2, Lehman 1. And Cameron Jock scored a goal in the 16th minute for Lehman, and sorry, that would be what's his name there?
Carson Taylor.
Jalen Hudgens with a goal in the 35th minute, and then you had Carson Taylor goal in the 52nd minute to take a 2-1 lead here for Sidney here on our First National Bank Think First scoreboard. I'm Brandon Coderman, along with my color commentary partner Matt Everidge here.
Lehman controlling down. And that's going to be a corner.
And there you go. There's Lehman's opportunity. You and I have both been repeating it back and forth here for the whole second half that it's been Sidney's half so far. Here's an opportunity. All it takes is one chance. You got 17 minutes remaining. You don't know how many more you're going to come through, as it'll be Elijah Jock to take the corner. The lone goal scorer so far for Lehman. Worked in the box. McDonald will try on the follow. Will be kicked off McDonald, and will go the way of Sidney for a goal kick.
Fourth attempted corner kick for Lehman. Not scored a goal on any of them. That's a stat you just do not want to see. Corner kicks, you want to go 1 for 3. Every 3 corners, you want to get at least 1 goal if possible. And they don't come that often in high school sports.
Yeah. In high school, yeah, that's a good odds maker to really throw out. They're a little different than professionals. But, yeah, 1 in 3, you want to convert on those opportunities in high school soccer.
I've called a game here on this field for 80 minutes straight and not 1 corner kick. So the rarity of them, they can be rare. But give it to Sidney Lehman, well coached, having 4 corners in 1 game.
And Jock will lose the ball. It'll be Carson Taylor who scored the go-ahead goal for the Yellow Jackets.
I don't believe there was a foul or anything. I think they...
Ball went out of bounds off Carson Taylor, I believe, and it just wasn't signaled there fast enough. I think they're calling a free kick. I think they may have called a foul.
Yeah, they called a foul on Sidney.
They had to have.
4th foul on Sidney in this half. I dare to say the only thing Sidney hasn't done right this second half is their fouls. I think that was a smart move by Lehman. Just slow it down and bring it down and look for your opportunity.
Hamlin will work it up ahead to Jock. Working in the box. It'll be deflected off by Sidney.
Quickly cleared. They have an opening in the dead center if they can get the ball. Oh, just a little too late. Well, he's the one that got it, had it. Oh.
Hudgens trying to look for an opportunity. Work it up ahead to Jackson. Elijah Jackson up ahead in the middle. It'll go over to Brubaker. And it'll deflect for a corner for Sidney.
Sidney with their 2nd corner attempt. I imagine they'll have Hudgens in the center here.
See what they do off the set piece. Sidney can really put a damper here on Lehman's parade here if they can score a goal and go up ahead 3-1. And the corner.
And that's going to be another corner. Went off of the Lehman player.
Number 22, Landon Davis went up for it. They're wanting a handball there in the box. But to no avail of the referee.
A handball in the box would be devastating to Lehman at this point.
Play it clean here if we're the Cavaliers. And the corner will go out wide. Hudgens with the header. Voizar loses the ball and it'll go in. Goal for Jalen Hudgens. And Will Voizar's coming down with it. And it slipped out of his hands. There's a goal there for the Lehman Catholic Cavaliers, as we see on our Winter Quality Meets replay. The ball headed up by Hudgens, and he just loses it. He tried to pin it, and the ball must have slipped out of his glove. And that is a goal there in the 68th minute for Jalen Hudgens, and he has his 2nd goal of the game. As now Sidney leads 3-1 here on our First National Bank Think First scoreboard.
So Hudgens now with 2. That's pretty much been the story of his life. 6 games played, and he has scored 2 in each. So he's at his quota for the week. Be a nice quota to have for soccer, though.
No, not complaining there, Matt.
And just showing good senior leadership. And that's a nice touch for Lehman, and that's going to be another corner for Lehman.
NKTelco Sports and sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of high school boys soccer here. You can check them out on NKTelco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503. You can catch the replays Saturday and Sunday, August 7th and 8th at 4 p.m. You can also watch the games on demand and on the NKTelco Sports Facebook page and at nktelco.com.
So we'd just spoken about, you know, every 3 corners you have, you want to score 1 in high school, and that's exactly what Sidney has done. And that's now the 5th corner for Lehman, and still no points to show. I mean, that wasn't a traditional corner. They just did a tap in and then tried to come to center. but still standing at a 0 for 5 on corner kicks.
And Ethan Potts sent that one almost into the baseball field there, so wide there as it works back to the Lehman defense. And Hudgens with a 2-goal difference here. Trying to work it up ahead. He's trying to look for a hat trick. He works it into the box. He's got 3 Lehman defenders around him like piranhas.
Another corner for Sidney.
Yep. You're right there, Matt. 11.5 minutes remaining. Now Sidney could really put it away here if they score another goal here.
I mean, Hudgens playing the left wing. He's very unselfish for what you would expect for a senior, especially knowing you're the man on the team. But many times he's come down the left wing and you just see the tap pass to center. He's looking for his partners to score as well. So nice job of the senior trying to bring his team up as well. Good job pickup by the goalkeeper.
Voizard soars up for that one. And I'm sure he's kind of knocking himself in the head there on that mistake on coming down with the ball. He made a nice save. This is kind of just a pop fly to him. He just lost it off the shoulder. And it rolled in for a Jalen Hudgens goal, which makes it a 3-1 difference here on our First National Bank Think First scoreboard. In the Battle of Sidney here as the ball's up ahead. Kuttner, and he'll be flagged for offsides. Good call there by the official.
That is a good foul call for Lehman. That would have saved another goal. He was one-on-one. Strong pass again by Hudgens, just speaking about how he is selfless with the ball.
And the ball is kicked up ahead. Will be controlled by Abe Schmeezing. And with 10 minutes remaining, 3-1. Here on the Grand Lake Health Systems presentation of high school soccer. And there is a foul. Alvarez fouled there near midfield. And there'll be a free kick.
6th foul. And this is actually with the win. This is a place where you can put it over top of the defense.
So a set piece to come here for Coach Jock's Lehman Cavaliers, who trail 3-1, who scored the first goal of the game, but has since seen a drought, and it's been a 3-goal run for Sidney as Matt McDonald's trying to direct his offense here to see what happens.
The wall's been placed in front.
And he'll kick it up ahead.
Controlled by Lehman. This is where you should just try to touch it off the player and get it out of bounds to get the corner. Lehman again, good job keeping the ball and keeping control.
Max Schmeezing trying to work it in the box, but can't get anything, and Sidney will go up ahead. It'll be Devin Jones.
There's a lot of field. Good job stepping in front of it.
Brandon Jones makes the nice defensive move and gets the ball back for Lehman. Haven't called his name tonight.
I don't see how he, that one's got vehicle written on it. Just missed. I don't see how they got the ball there. He was the one coming across and it came off his foot out, but Lehman still got the call. So for another throw in.
Donald try to work in the box. And it'll go out towards the Volunteers throwing the balls in.
Nice arm by Potts. He has just got a strong throw.
And another good throw in. Try to get it up ahead to Joshua George. And Jaden Humphrey comes in. And Jaden Humphrey hasn't allowed a goal yet since he came in about halfway through the first half. He has shut out Cavaliers.
Cavaliers down to 8 minutes. Going to need to make something happen quick.
Riley Thorne was the goalkeeper that gave up the lone goal that Lehman has. So Jaden Humphrey, hats off to him. He's played well here. So gone about 58 minutes without giving up a goal.
Like we had said earlier in the first half, Sidney themselves, they're 3-2-1. They're leading the Valley side of the Miami Valley Conference. So they're looking to extend by 2 games on their nearest foes. So taking control of that. I do like how they did split the conference in 2. That way you have a championship game at the end of the year to decide who your champion is.
Oh, really? I did not know that.
Well, that's the only reason they would split that. I mean,
soccer.
I mean, obviously you can't do it for
football,
football, but they'll definitely have a consolation in there to find out who their champion is.
I like that idea, so.
It's one of the many things we can blame the SEC for back in '92. They originally started the championship game thing back then, and it seems like everyone has followed suit.
And it's a really good thing. You wish you could do it in high school football, but obviously the playoffs don't allow time for that with the week gap, so. But
correct.
Something really cool that Miami Valley League is doing.
I just don't understand how, with football, they're going to play 10 for 10 with one open. Or I don't think there will be one open with them, will there?
You'll have a non-conference game. You play your non-conference and your 9 Miami Valley League games.
Right. Just what hustle coming out of Hudgens. Jalen Hudgens just having a great game as the clock slowly ticks away on Lehman. And that's going to be a push on Sidney.
On number 3, Michael Coaster, the sophomore.
7th foul called on Sidney in the second half. Slowly adding up.
And it's now or never for Lehman. Since that 3-1 goal, the aggressiveness has got to increase.
Well, just like any other sport, you know, this is a game of momentum. And when you're a goalkeeper, you have got to have a short memory.
Yeah.
You make a small error, you have got to let it go. This is not the sport you want to hold on to it, and Hudgens is open.
And he's going down the left side trying to juke out McDonald, but McDonald will stay right in front of him and kick it out for a throw-in.
Nice job by McDonald. He's controlled him, I think, as much as you can. I mean, he just seems like a all-around player. Couple of people coming in is going to be number 23 and number 2 for Sidney. Or I'm sorry, 33.
And Sidney works it in the box. Krutner can't get it.
Sidney still hustling. You wouldn't know they was up 3-1.
They know anything can happen in soccer. And
down to 4:50 left in the game.
You know, working with midfield.
George unable to control it. Again, turned over to Sidney, and Sidney sends it way behind the defense. Offside's going to be waved off.
And here's Sidney, just keep clearing it up ahead to try to waste this time. You've got 5 minutes and kind of go back into time-wasting mode.
Sidney just not giving up the hustle.
And it's just going back and forth like a seesaw here between possession. Good hustle on both sides here. We're running down our First National Bank Think First scoreboard with Sidney ahead 3-1. Brandon Coberman along with Matt Everidge.
Lehman still keeping 5 back, strong on the defense. At some point, you're going to have to lighten that up.
And there's a foul there, clear as day on Ethan Potts, the senior.
I think that'd be a frustration foul at this point.
3.5 minutes remaining. Sidney can just take their time as the clock is running out here on Lehman's hopes to come back and try to at least salvage a tie.
Sidney doing a good job of just playing small ball. Flicked it out to the left wing. Step up and around. Still in position.
And that was a good look and a good shot attempt by Austin Kennedy, deflected by the Lehman defense.
Sidney now with 8 kicks. And that has sailed just way over to no man's land. But what that does do is they held the time. They're holding the time.
2:38 remaining.
Players coming in, going to be number 17 for Sidney coming in now. Do not have a number or a name for him.
I do not either.
But welcome to the game. Nice to get some varsity time.
It's the only way you can get experience is to get in the game. Now, Potts working it up ahead.
Just nice hustle by Potts.
Trying to keep it alive here. Try to shorten the 2-goal gap here.
Kicked out by Lehman.
Sidney looking like they're going to take the crosstown shootout of this match. Call it, since for Xavier and Cincinnati fans out there, I call it a crosstown shootout. I guess that's what I'll call it here.
I will say I'm impressed with how quiet the highway is this close. I mean, it really hasn't affected us that much. You think there'd be a lot of noise coming off of that. Got another time on the field for another player coming in. Going to be number 28, so in comes Jackson Rickey to see the field. Minute 33 left.
Yeah, I've played a few baseball games over the diamond, on the baseball diamond just next to the pitch here, and it's a little more bothersome, I guess, when you're in baseball, because it's a little more quiet, a little slower pace than soccer, but hasn't affected us too much here tonight calling the game.
I dare to say the wind's helping us as well, drowned it out. That's going to be a handball on Sidney, so if we got anything bad to say about Sidney at this point, it's clean up the fouls, because they've given a lot of free kicks, and things like that can happen where gets it down by goal just on the kick. But we're down to the last minute.
And it looks like Sidney will advance to 4-2-1, and Lehman will drop to sub 500 at 1-2-1. As Sidney will look to advance that record against St. Mary's, and Lehman will try to get back to 500 against Pleasant Hill Newton here on Saturday.
Down to 30 seconds, and this will be in the books. These two schools no stranger to each other. All in all, nice clean game.
Obviously no soccer games on the Friday. We'll reserve that for the Friday night football. And Lehman will play Miami East, and Sidney will travel with Bell Fountain for their respective schools on Friday night football. And we have reached triple zeros, and we have a final now here at Lehman Catholic High School. The Sidney Yellow Jackets defeat the Lehman Catholic Cavaliers by a final score of 3-1. We'll head to commercial break, give you the final stats and the NKTelco player of the game. You're watching boys high school soccer on NKTelco Sports.
At Minster Bank, we understand that life can get hectic. That's why when it comes to your banking, we offer the services that make your life simpler, with tools like person-to-person payments, Pop Money, mobile and online banking, and bill pay. But most of all, Minster Bank is a supportive member of your community, with personal relationships and customer service that reach outside of our branches. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
Schwiedemann pharmacies began serving the people of Auglaize County in 1916 when Urban Schwiedemann purchased the building and business from J.H. Hoffman. The New Bremen location is one of the longest-running pharmacies in the country, with over 110 years of serving its patrons. Since then, 4 more stores have been added: Coldwater, St. Mary's, Minster, and Wapakoneta to round out the group. Our services include prescription refills, home medical equipment, nursing home services, customized compounded medication, vaccinations, and so much more.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
Back here at Lehman Catholic High School, where the Lehman Catholic Cavaliers fall to the Sidney Yellow Jackets in the crosstown shootout. The Jackets win by a final score of 3-1. And here for the final stats, Matt Everidge.
All right, so final stats for both teams. So coming up, the final score was 3-1. The 16th minute, Elijah Jock for Lehman scored the only goal for Lehman, and then it was nothing but Sidney. 36th minute for Hudgens for his first goal. 52nd minute for Carson Taylor for his first goal, and then Hudgens again with his second goal in the 68th minute. As far as individual team stats go, there was 9 kicks for Lehman, 5 on goal, 6 fouls and 5 corners, and then for Sidney Yellow Jackets, 16 kicks, 9 on goal, 10 fouls. That's the only thing I could see for them to clean up, in 4 corners.
Yeah, and our player of the game, no doubt who that's going to be here, Matt. He had 2 goals tonight, Jalen Hudgens.
Yeah, Jalen Hudgens, like we said before, he's the second number 2 player in the Miami Valley right now with points and doing what he does. He is now at 6 games, 8 goals, 1 assist tonight as well, so that puts him to 6. So look for him to move up and possibly be the number 1 guy in the Miami Valley League as far as stats go. But it is a team sport and also just a great team player.
Yep, and that will wrap it up for this NKTelco production here, presented to you by Grand Lake Health Systems. For our director, Bryce Hamrick, and our assistant director, Ian Boheimer, on camera, Jim Miller. For Matt Everidge, I'm Brandon Coverman here from Lehman Catholic High School. The final, Sidney 3, Lehman 1, saying good night, everyone.